the biggest factor that you need to have in your success, in your personal success, professional success, is your strategy. You need to have a strategy. Now, before strategy, you need to have goals and objectives. What are you strategic about? What are you trying to achieve? So first, you need to have goals and objectives. And every year, we sit down around Christmas. After dinner, we talk about the New Year resolution, right? And every year around December, we say, oops, we missed it again. Isn't that interesting? You do that 2, 3, 5 times, you should learn from it. But the guy is in his 40s and still doesn't know. It's all because we don't have the structure. So the first thing is goals and objectives, strategy, and then the structure. This sheet of paper is trying to give you the structure for your success. We came up with 12 pillars. I was inspired by my late mentor, Mr. Jim Rohn, R-O-H-N, if you like to look him up. He changed my life 8 years ago when I met him in Texas. So I think it would be beneficial for you to get to know him. R-O-H-N, Jim, J-I-M, R-O-H-N. The seminar that I paid $1,400 for is free of charge on the YouTube right now. But if you don't go and watch it, you might as well not know about it. I paid $1,400 happily 28 years ago because it helped me $140,000 throughout the years. But it's free of charge over there. Jim used to say, America is easy. Bangladesh is difficult, but America is easy. But we got all the resources available to us, but we don't use. We are more sensitive about American Idol, not missing an episode of American Idol, than going into this educational thing. So over here at Andisha Toastmasters, we put it together and we gave it a structure. The first month is January, which is the most important pillar, that's self-discipline. Self-discipline is the main reason why we don't achieve our goals. Self-discipline is the reason why we say oops in December. Self-discipline is the reason why I started writing the book after I remembered in December that I have to answer to some people in January again. Right? So that's the main reason. Self-discipline is a fuel. But fuel to do what? To do the right thing. And if you don't have the right structure, you will not be able to do it. So goal setting comes second. First, you need to have the fuel in your car. You need to have gasoline. Then you need to have a goal where you want to go to. Now, you should not have the goal first and get the fuel, because a lot of people have goals. God knows they have more goals than they got fuel, and they don't achieve any of it, right? So it's very important to have the fuel. And self-discipline is talking about doing the small things regularly in order to build a second nature for yourself. And it's easy. Mr. Jim Rohn started with an apple a day with me. And he said that as long as you do an apple a day, an apple is a symbolic thing for health. Now, I don't know if peach is better or apple is better. I don't know that. But he just says that if you do an apple a day, chances are superb that you will call your mother every day. And if you call your mother every day, chances are good that you will write a page of your book every day. And if you write a book, maybe it's possible for you to run around the block every day and eat healthy food every day and mingle with the right successful people every day and not get in trouble with the law every day. So if you are in jail, it's probably because you didn't eat your apple. It's a good conclusion. Then you go to goal setting. The third one is a spiritual, physical, and emotional health. It's very important to have healthy mind and healthy body. And then fourth one, in April, we're talking about finances. Some people say money is not everything. Yes, that is true, but it ranks up there with oxygen and everything else. I think it's important to have money. Money is the one that builds hospitals, schools, the center, your car, transportation, everything else. Yeah, there are more important stuff than money, but money is not unimportant. So finances has to be in order.
May we talk about relationships. And if you look at these 12 pillars, they follow some kind of order. And relationship is how successful you are with your family, neighbors, friends, associates. Your networking will come later on, but then you need to have time management. A lot of people complain that they don't have enough time. And this morning we heard some of it as well, right? The day that I found out that successful people had about 24 hours a day, and unsuccessful people had about 24 hours a day. It drove me crazy. I say, is that the difference? Now, we all have 24 hours. How do we manage our tasks? So time management is really about task management. It's about life management. You can manage time. The speed of passage of time is the same for everybody. At 12 o'clock midnight, when that strikes, everybody experiences midnight. It's over. That day is over. But I think you can manage your tasks or your life. Networking and referrals is another one that is very important. The power of Rolodex. Everybody know what Rolodex is? And how many people you know? And they know you in a positive light. How many people you have on your LinkedIn? A lot of people say, well, I'm very picky, and that's why I only have 13 people on my LinkedIn. Well, come on, this is 2015. You cannot be picky. You cannot be isolating yourself. You cannot be living in a cave. LinkedIn is very important. You need to have minimum what? 501 people on your LinkedIn. Why 501? Because LinkedIn shows 500 plus. So if you got 5,000 and you got 501, it shows the same thing. And that's a norm. Some people say, is it mandatory to have 501? And my answer always is, no. Even breathing oxygen is not mandatory, but highly recommended. Selling and negotiating is another one. Some people say we are not good in sales. And this is the answer I gave Mr. Rome 28 years ago. I said, I can learn communication leadership, but I'm not good in sales. He said, well, as long as you're not good at sales, you will not be successful. I said, well, I'll be very interested in being successful. Then he said, then you have to be very interested in getting good at sales. So there is no other way around it. Sales is something that we need to do. Selling our ideas, selling our children, selling our concepts, convincing our boss, negotiating with the immigration officer if you're as lucky as I am. Next one is communication leadership, presentation, something that Toastmaster is well known for. October is for leadership, and leadership starts with self-leadership. The person doesn't know where his wallet is, and we make him the president of Bank of America. That is not a good thing. The person doesn't know where his family is from. If we make him head of United Nations, that's not good. So it starts with the self-leadership. I need to really lead myself first. November is for accelerated learning. What do you do when you drive? People say, well, I look around. Well, looking around is not going to help you. I got a hint for you. Some people say, I listen to the radio. That hasn't helped me at all. I listen to audio tapes or CDs now. And that, the 45 minutes that I drive every day, helps me to get an MBA in my car. I make my car university on wheels. When everybody else is complaining about not having time, I use that time. And that's how the accelerated learning takes place. And the last one, perhaps one of the most important ones, is charity. We live in this good land, and we need to be charitable. We need to contribute to the rest. I run a Farsi school downstairs, and last year we went around the block and we cleaned the streets of Oakland with the students. And some students said they're not going to do that because they don't live in Oakland. I said, well, I give you 2 bags to clean garbage because we are all responsible. Some students said they're going to tell their father about me. I said, well, your father is going to come and help as well. This is mandatory. Contribution and charity is not optional. If you live in this society, you need to learn this thing and you need to do it. And I'm glad to say that ICCNC, the Islamic Cultural Center of Northern California, every single year shows this charitable attitude with doing something. I know all of us are good at heart, but very few of us actually do something in a systemic and systematic fashion. So if you follow these 12 pillars, there is no way in the world at end of the year, you will not be successful. It's like strengthening your muscles regularly and you don't build any muscles. It's just impossible. It's impossible to strengthen your muscle with these 12 pillars and not enjoy the success. Best of luck to you and Godspeed.